to see if Hassan's got anything left in her legs. Breaks out in a little smile. She jumped in a car straight after the 5,000 metres last night and drove from Zurich to Brussels overnight. Shelby Houlihan, what a season she's having. Rafi ran in the 800 metres last night. Looked as though she saved herself for this because she backed off in the last 100 metres. Chibet, Jenny Simpson, world silver medalist Elemu ran in that 800. Laura Waitman, bronze medalist from the European Championships. Enaoui was just ahead of her, taking the silver on that occasion. And Belgium are allowed to add athletes to this Diamond League final. So Van der Elst is in there. Well, she's in tough company here because she's only run 4.9. So does Hassan still have something in those legs after that tough 5,000? She was beaten by Obiri in a hard race last night. Incredible finish from the two of them. Laura Muir, the European champion, Sigai will be looking to make this tough, and then Shelby Houlihan and Jenny Simpson, the two Americans, won't be too far away. Well, there's only one pacemaker in this, and she's been asked to try and get them all the way to 900 metres, around about 2.6 for 800, which is fairly quick. Not surprisingly, Sigai slotted straight in there. The pacemaker, well, will want to try and make sure that the others go with her, but she's not looking round at all. In fact, unusually, it's Hassan who's looks as though she's making the first move there. They cannot let Sigai get away, Tim, because Sigai's shown she can front run. She's overcooked it at times, but if you let her get too far ahead, then she's strong and she'll be able to hang out there. So Hassan trying to close the gap a little bit.
Yeah, it's just common sense, isn't it? But as they go through 300 metres, Steve, she's already got 6 or 7 metres as Sigai, and she does love to run it hard. I don't think she's got the greatest of kicks. Hassan recognised the danger very quickly, but perhaps not quite quickly enough to make this midsection of the race slightly harder work than she might have preferred. You can see Laura Muir there back in 4th place, trying to hang on to Hassan, who's trying desperately to close that gap, but it's hard work.
Yeah, it's fast at the front, 61.35, and that probably a little bit too quick for the liking of others who want a nice even pace. And look at Simpson and Houlihan, who've just sat off that a little bit. Laura Muir, as Tim said, trying to very much attack early on. Hassan has a little look behind to say, who's coming with me? Well, it's the European champion right behind us. These two give chase to Sigai, and then the rest are in a big group behind the two Americans, deciding that this pace early on is a bit quick. So Sigai's going to be left out in front. There's no way that she's going to be able to, Barasevic is going to keep this going to 900 metres. And look how much she's slowing at the front as Hassan and Muir close the gap.
Yeah, Laura Muir now tucked into the slipstream of Hassan, the European champion at 5,000 metres in 3rd place, European champion at 1,500 metres in 4th place. And that is a big gap back to the rest of them. I mentioned earlier how Jenny Simpson hasn't raced for around a month or more, and that's beginning to show, isn't it? Because they've allowed these 4 teams to get away by a huge margin. That's a big gap mid-race, and it's not like they're tearing up the track. I mean, it's good, solid pace, 2:06, but there's several other ladies back there who should be in closer contact, and they're allowing this gap to become terminally big.
Sigai leading. She got to 900 metres, but has been slowing down all the way. Hassan and Muir, and then Shelby Houlihan starting to give chase. Mbai is there. Jenny Simpson is in that group. They're all trying to close the gap. A little further back, Waitman, Enaoui still in that group, but it's at the front here. Sigai, Hassan, and Laura Muir, who are well ahead, but the American is running them down and is closing. She's got a superb finish as Houlihan, but they've still got 500 metres to go.
Houlihan has closed that gap. She's worked pretty hard there on this penultimate lap. Will she have that usual kick that we've seen such great effect again and again this year? It's been run to the strength too of Laura Muir, Steve, as she hits the front. They go through the bell there and around 2:57.5, 2:58. The big 4 are there. It's nicely set up for Hassan. Has she got the fatigue in the legs after running last night? Has Houlihan judged it right, or has that penultimate lap taken it out of her? 300 to go.
Another look behind from Hassan. She sees Sigai maybe looking a little tired, but Houlihan could be the danger here. Laura Muir at the front, trying to attack this, trying to run hard. Hassan hanging in there. These 4 still well clear. Mbai is trying to close behind, but it's too far distant. It's between these 4, and Laura Muir kicks again. Houlihan realises the danger because Hassan's got nothing left in those legs at the moment. And Laura Muir kicks for home, opens up a 3-4 metre gap, but Houlihan still attacking hard. Laura Muir, the European champion. Houlihan trying to chase her down, but Laura Muir will stay strong in the home straight. She's holding on to the lead at the moment. It will be a great victory for the Briton. Laura Muir comes home to take the Diamond League title. Houlihan behind her in second place. And then the others are chasing for the minor places behind. Well, what a well-judged performance by Laura Muir. That European Championship was a massive win for her, the confidence that gave her. And I'm not sure if you'd said you're going to win this in that style in 3:58 tonight, she might have believed. There might have been one or two tired athletes out there, but that fast first lap, they committed enough. Hassan and Laura Muir committed enough to keep Sigai close enough, and Houlihan probably made the mistake of not going with them and had to do too much work to catch up, and then had nothing left in the last 100 metres. But well done, Laura Muir. Brilliantly judged race. What a great win.
It was brilliantly judged. You know, Steve, that the front end, that third lap was a 66. They went 61, 65, and then 66. And then that lap, Houlihan probably had to run about a 64 to try and close that gap. And that is what did the damage. Normally, this season, we've seen on 3 or 4 occasions, Houlihan kick past the leader at this stage and come home looking quite imperious. But Laura Muir saved a bit on the final bend. About 150 to go, you called it right. She kicked in again. She knew they would come back at her, and she judged it absolutely supremely. It was a really impressive run. Houlihan maybe outthought for once in this final hurrah of the 2018 season.
Well, what a way for Laura Muir to sign off in terms of track. She'll be running in the northeast of England next week on the roads, but what a way for her to finish this part of the season, which was so important to her, winning the gold medal in the European Championships, and now she's the Diamond League winner. 3:58.49 the winning time. Houlihan, Hassan and Sigai all under 4 minutes. And then the others, as I said, were fighting for the minor places.